Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. I am Muhammad Amzar bin KAMARUNZAMAN, matrix number 2023262248. My title of current issue is Impact of Malaysia's Shift in AI Towards Recruitment. Before we go further, what is AI? AI is artificial intelligence, which refers to computer programs that are able to carry out difficult activities that were previously only possible for humans to complete, such as problem solving, analysis, and decision making. Today, AI refers to a large variety of technologies that highlight many of the products and services we use on a daily basis. For example, chatbots that offer real-time customer care to apps that suggest TV series. However, do any of these truly represent artificial intelligence in the sense that most of us understand it? If yes, should we be worried about our future jobs? Based on press release by Ernst & Young, over half of Malaysian employees feel generative AI will positively impact their work, but most underestimate the need for upskilling and reskilling. While 63% of Malaysian workers believe generative AI would enhance their ability to work flexibly, majority also downplay the need of reskilling and upskilling. Despite the economic downturn, 39% of workers want to leave, with compensation being the primary motivator. Employers in Malaysia, 52% of them also encourage their staff members to take up entirely remote or hybrid work schedules. From News Straits Times, Malaysia is not an exception to the revolutionary impact of artificial intelligence and automation, as their use continues to disrupt industries globally. According to a recent global assessment by the IBM Institute for Business Value, 37% of Malaysia's workers will likely need to reskill in the next 3 years in order to keep up with the country's rapid change in the workforce. And lastly, Hays Malaysia, a solution and recruitment services provider, noted that Malaysian employers slow to adopt AI in recruitment. Many employers in Malaysia are reluctant to use artificial intelligence in their hiring procedures. Employers are notably reluctant to completely adopt AI despite the potential advantages. This resistance is linked to issues like budgetary restrictions, fears about losing a human touch in the hiring process, and the lack of a standardized regulatory framework. First, which key industries in Malaysia are most at risk of losing their jobs due to the introduction of AI? The main sectors and professions in Malaysia that stand to lose their jobs because of AI adoption are manufacturing, logistics, and customer service. Automation could result in job displacement in several industries and impose reskilling of the workforce. This underlines how crucial it is to find this sector and professions to create focused interventions and legislative measures meant to ease the transition of impacted people into new positions or sectors. Companies like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, and Nvidia has dedicated to invest billions into the development of AI in Malaysia. Policymakers can design reskilling and upskilling programs to meet the requirement of workers in these areas by identifying the specific sectors that are at risk. By assessing the efficiency of various interventions in building workforce resilience and guarantee fair access to opportunities in the changing labor market, this also highlights the significance of reducing socio-economic disruptions and supporting inclusive growth. The objective of this method is to reduce the chance of job displacement and promote rightful growth within Malaysia's dynamic economy. Number 2. To what point does Malaysia's present system of education and career training relate with the new skills needed in AI-driven industries. It is necessary to evaluate how well Malaysia's current system of education and career training satisfy the growth need for certain skill in AI-driven businesses. To find gaps and mismatch in skill provision, this requires assessing current curriculum, training programs, and certification processes. Programs must be updated frequently to reflect changing industry demands and technology advances, which requires cooperation between government agencies, educational institutions, and industry partners. For example, government launched AI untuk rakyat to boost AI literacy among Malaysians. Additionally, programs that encourage computational thinking and digital literacy at a young age can aid in developing a workforce that is prepared for the future and can quickly adopt new technologies. Malaysia can make sure that its workforce is appropriately prepared for the changing job landscape and can effectively enjoy the benefits of AI adoption. This while reducing the risk of job displacement by managing its educational and vocational training infrastructure with the skill requirements of AI-driven industries. For examples, Malaysia is set to have first AI faculty, which will be launched at University Technology Malaysia or simply UTM. Number 3. What measures can be taken to close the gap and guarantee that the labour force is well equipped for the changing nature of work in Malaysia? Developing targeted interventions to support workers at risk of displacement, updating educational curricula to reflect technological trends, and promoting digital literacy and computational thinking from an early age are some strategies to close the skill gaps. These guarantee that the workforce is suitably prepared for the changing job landscape in Malaysia. Additionally, for workers to maintain their competitiveness in the dynamic labour market, initiatives to support lifelong learning and ongoing skill development are essential. Targeted action are also required to assist workers who may lose their jobs because of the deployment of AI. Policymakers can create specialized reskilling and upskilling programs targeted at easing the transition of impacted individuals into new roles or industries. This by identifying the major industries and occupations most vulnerable to automations. For example, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation or MOSTI introduced Malaysia National AI Roadmap 2021 until 2025. This aligns with AI adoptions through New Industrial Master Plan 2030 to guarantee that excluded groups such as women, ethnic minorities, and residents of rural areas have fair access to training opportunities. These programs should place a high priority on inclusivity and accessibility. Number 4. How will the use of AI affect social cohesiveness, democratic governance, and income inequality in Malaysia, among other broader societal implications? The integration of AI technologies in Malaysia is likely to worsen economic dependence and spread patterns of exploitations in the global division of labour, given its intersection with historical legacies of colonialism and neo-colonial economic connections. The progress of policies that prioritize workers' interests and address social disparities is guided by critical perspectives such as Marxist, feminist, and post-colonial theories, which provide insightful information about power dynamic, social inequalities, and the implication of technological advancements on the workforce. According to Marxist theory, Malaysia's adoption of AI would strengthen the country's capitalist systems of exploitation and hostility. AI technologies have the potential to displace humans from their jobs and drive down salaries by automating tasks that were previously completed by laborers. This might result in the loss of jobs, a decline in salaries, and a greater focus on profit extractions at the expense of workers' rights. A feminist approach draws attention to the unequal access that women have to AI-driven opportunities, the underrepresentation of women in STEM professions, and the way AI algorithms continue to spread gender biases in recruiting and promoting procedures. Malaysia's government may prioritize workers' well-being, eliminate gender imbalance, and strengthen local communities by examining how the advantages and burdens of adopting AI are distributed. Furthermore, initiatives to support regional innovations ecosystem and provide communities the tools they need to engage in AI development might reduce the dangers associated with economic reliance and advance sustainable development. As a conclusion, it is important to highlight the necessity of an organized and inclusive strategy to handle the benefits and problems brought about by Malaysian adoption of AI. It emphasized how crucial it is to give workforce readiness, social justice, and sustainable development priority. Malaysia can embrace the revolutionary potential of artificial intelligence to create a more resilient, inclusive, and affluent society for all by investing in education and training. This also includes providing support to affected workers and creating inclusive innovation ecosystem. That's all for me. I would like to thank everyone for listening to my project. Bye.